Why are you up?
Because I got some important shit going on here. What do you think?
Boom, the world class.
So yeah, people do go with the traditional wedding, and they also sometimes take it to the edge. You know, like you'll see some BDSM couples, the woman will wear like a black wedding dress, and that's her way of expressing that this is her lifestyle, but she's having a wedding for her family and friends. So yeah, so people do the traditional wedding for the appearances, and even then it's still a little bit edgy. Like I've been to a wedding where they are BDSM couple, and they had their cake, like a beautiful wedding cake, and then when you cut into the cake, it looked like it was blood coming out of it. They were like gothic-y, you know. It was like it was all red inside.
That makes sense.
You know, they had the cigar cutter had like some type of symbol on it that shows naughtiness, you know. So people do still put those touches in there. But they do have a traditional wedding for family and friends to celebrate it, because people are still happy they're together, even though they're not exposed to the BDSM stuff, but they know that this is your boyfriend or this is your fiance. Because when you do have the collar ceremony, a lot of times if you're in a vanilla relationship, eventually you'll have an engagement, you know, and it's not based on like how long we're together. It's just kind of like,
right,
what does the public need to see from us? Because we already have your collar. The collar means more than any ring could ever. It just means more. Like, you know, I'd rather have a beautiful bejeweled collar that represents my commitment than, you know, than a whole big ring that is just a vanilla thing, you know. But I still like my bling. I still like, yeah, like that's fun. Handcuff, cake topper, you know, like things like that. You still see those touches, and you're like, you might say like, "Oh, they're freaky." You're like,
right.
No idea how freaky they are.
You'd be surprised who the freak is. You'd be
Yeah,
surprised.
surprised.
Never know. Oh,
And then they do
Dominic.
that too, especially if they want to have children. So they have a traditional wedding to just to the confines of what it is that is required to be able to raise a successful individual in the world that is not into groupthink and is an individual thinker and understands to exercise their critical thinking skills at all times. That's who you're trying to put out in the world. So you do things to adhere to social standards, but you don't run your whole household based on that.
Right.
And it's like a lot of masters homeschool their kids. Their kids don't necessarily, you know, they're really they're into control. They want control of everything. So when they have children, they want control of what happens with their kids. You know, what are their kids doing? What are their kids seeing? What are their experiences? You know, because a master wants control of everything, and he'll get it. He knows how to get it. Like he could walk into a restaurant, and he gets, you know, they know what he wants to drink. They know his favorite table. They just know he knows how to get control in a dynamic, and most of them, to make it what he needs it to be. And when he's around other masters, this is why my club takes time in vetting people, because we want men who are that way to be around other men who are that way, because there's a lot of wannabes out there, and you want to be able to sift through the wannabes, you know, and so that you're with men of like mind.
Right.
Because sometimes the club even has events that are just for the masters without submissives. It's just for them to have like a meeting about, you know, what direction should we take the club? What kind of things do you guys want to see? And it's just like a meeting that they have, like a secret society type of thing.
You have to. I mean, that's how things are supposed to be. But, you know, that's why I'm glad we do this show, because it gives people an opportunity to hear things from different perspectives. I'm learning. The more I think about it, the more I listen to you talk about it. I'm getting a lot of ideas on what I've been seeing. Help me understand a lot of what I've been seeing. You know what I'm saying? And language has been communicated to me, and I wasn't really privy to it. So I'm like, it kind of went over my head. But we was waiting for Thanos, but I guess Thanos is snapping somebody out. We definitely about to. We definitely gonna be here next week. Next week Saturday 9:30 with the lovely Lexi.
Thank you.
Again, I appreciate you. It's just a complete pleasure. Yeah, expertise, professionalism, charm, opulence. I appreciate you. Definitely thank Lady Navork for coming through. Jenny Morena, Lucky, Thanos, Zone. Definitely, like a trillion definitely's. Appreciate JLE coming through.
Yeah, that was the best. And she said in the private chat that her wedding dress would be black. You see? So yeah, I could tell that she has a cute edge to her. I could tell, and I love that because she explores it and she's honest with it. And there's moments that she gets to exercise and let it manifest. So wear your black wedding dress, girl. Absolutely. But I want to say thank you to you, Noble, because I love having these conversations, and I love how it really represents itself in the vanilla dynamic all the way through the BDSM lifestyle. Just really, having fun with your partner, having conversations with your partner, doing things together, taking it to the edge together, meeting different types of people, going to a nice sexy party where your lady gets to wear lingerie and you're around people who are respectful but are about this lifestyle. All those things, are fun things to explore in a couplehood, and bring that to your bedroom, and talk about your fantasies and not have any shame. You love each other, you're with each other, you work hard, you're raising a family. So when you have that time with one another, don't try to make it translate what's acceptable to the world. It's your life, it's your relationship, it's your experience. You're not doing it alone. So fuck what everybody else thinks. Because everybody else doesn't care. They really don't care. At the end of the day, no one's thinking that much about you.
Everybody got their own.
What?
Everybody got their own shit they going through.
Hell yeah.
Mandrell said he'll be in next week. Sorry, Miss Moon. No, not a problem, bro.
No problem, Mandrell. Thank you so much. We appreciate you here. But
what would you say?
No, I just wanted, for as we bring information, I don't want it to just, be something that's applicable to BDSM. There's ways to take certain aspects of this, pull from it what makes sense to you, and try it out in your life. And it might help ease up some of the pressures that you have, because you have honest conversations and you're taking the time to really get to know yourself. And be honest with whatever your dark side is, and then exploring it in a healthy way. So I just want to make sure that people know that this can be used across the board, in personal life and business, and how you interact with people, letting people know that you're the master, and that's just what there's no compromise. It's nothing to think about. There's nothing to talk about or explain. When a master walks in, everybody's posture changes.
Fact.
I think I meant you to walk in that unapologetically. And then when there's wannabes, the wannabes need to be dealt with, right? Those are the ants that last week Mandrell was talking about that you step on. So, so that's it. Ooh, how many collars do I own? I have like 5 of them. I have 5 of them that I designed, and then I have a few that are like, that they're just like, they're special, but they're like from the internet or something I saw. But I have 5 of them. I have 2 that I got when I went overseas, because in Japan and Germany, this is a big lifestyle. So they have beautiful, expensive ones with jewels and stuff that I'll wear to certain events, just because I've been in this club for so long. And very soon I'll be going to a party to see if I put myself out there and find my final master, the one for the rest of my life. But I have a lot of outfits, Jenny. I have so many outfits. Like, so I want a whole dungeon and a whole closet. I want all my stuff out. I want my whips. I want my crops. I want my floggers. I want all my stuff out. I don't want it just in a dungeon. I want it in my dressing room. So I want this to just be 100% the way that I live with the next person that I'm with. So.
All right. So in addition to that, we have on, you can definitely email Lexi if you're looking. That's an email address for like any type of consultations.
You forgot to hear something, I think, in consultations.
Did I? I'm tired. It's
all good. But yeah.
Yeah, I did. I'm gonna fix that.
If people are interested in just having more like a private conversation about things, and they don't want to have it in the chat or cam up, or you're more than welcome to email me with any questions or interest, and we can work something out. I don't know if you announced anything about that, but for a small fee, you're more than welcome to come and have one-on-ones and discuss anything you want. If you're looking for that community in the town that you live in, I can help you gain access to those type of things, so that you are guided in the right way and you don't feel lost. You get what you get out of it, what you need. Because some people want discretion, and I respect that. So I want to give them the opportunity to have access to me privately.
I'm with it. God, but no, you finally came through in the clutch. Say, grown people talk over here. Grown people talk over here. That is not for the weak. Facts.
Very nice.
Yeah, but again, you know how we do, man. Like I always say, it ain't for two classes on this planet, never been three. You were world class or you outclass. And the question is not which class do you want to live in. The question is which class do the ones coming behind you deserve for you to die in. On your feet, on your knees, respect the craft. Nope.
All right. I'm sorry, I got lost in a train of thought of just all that goodness I just heard. Washed.
They would be fools to resist my divine power.
His death was a necessary loss. Soon I will have a new apprentice, one far younger and more powerful.
Remember, when a king is loved as I am, much can be accomplished.
We didn't do this because we like you. We did this because we are you.
Boom, the world class.